Hi there, my name is Sonia. I'm a business analyst with OK Computers, and today we're going to review possible database implementation for Lotus Flowers. Let's jump right in. So today what we want to do is review your business needs. I'm going to propose a solution. We're going to look at what kind of decisions need to be considered before you make a choice, and also what kind of items would be required to implement if you were to choose the solution. So the market for faux plants has been growing. Lotus Flowers is taking advantage of, with less people in the office, they're able to present a alternative solution to traditional plants in the workplace. You guys have over 30,000 units already sold and growing, which is fantastic. So from my understanding, your business is looking to be able to manage the increased number of units and customer transactions. Additionally, you want to improve the data structure, the database that you already have, to be able to support new product lines and also derive some new insights from the data to be able to capture your performance analytics a little bit better. To get started, I am going to recommend that we do a relational database, but just to give everyone a backdrop on what is a relational database. Relational database is structured very similar to how the Google Sheets work with rows and columns, but they introduce an additional piece called a table. If we imagine a clothing dresser, every drawer is like a table, and inside of it, the rows and columns are like your clothing. You can have shirts, pants, whatever you want. Each drawer contains a separate item. These drawers are connected with keys, so that way you can say, I want to know where all of my blue clothes are. And we would be able to find out and say drawers 1 and 2 have blue clothing inside of them. Or you could say, I want to know all of the shirts I have that are this exact same brand, and this is something that we would be able to get out. Another type of database that exists in the market is called an object-oriented database. Functions a little bit differently from a relational one. Instead of tables, things are organized into objects. Here we have a cat object, and the cat object has a lot of different behaviors and features about it. You would be able to send this information to a different kind of object, say a lion, and it has a lot of the same qualities, but a lion is a lot bigger than a house cat, right? So the database here, the object-oriented one, is able to store a lot of complicated data structures, and it is also capable of evolving. However, it has a much steeper learning curve, and for a team that is really used to Google Sheets, I'm not convinced that this is the best solution because it is something that works best with really complicated data types. Here we're looking at customer relationship management and inventory, which is why the relational database, as I will show in a minute, is a better suited fit for you. So the relational database is able to manage these large volumes of sales data that you have. You can have many users accessing it at once, but it maintains data integrity because data isn't being repeated over and over again like the way it is in a traditional spreadsheet. It's still flexible enough to be able to add new product lines so that you can manage your customers better. And it is much simpler and easier to use as it does have that familiarity with the Google Sheets. It's also able to be queried better, meaning that we're able to gain better insights from our data. We're able to get those performance analytics that you guys are looking for better than you're able to do with the Google Sheets and just as easily as you could with an object-oriented database. Comparing them side by side, Google Sheets we can see is best for basic data management and easier calculations versus the relational database, which is going to structure your data a lot better. It'll be easier to get the kind of data analytics that you're looking for while maintaining that ease of access, and it has a much lower learning curve than the object-oriented databases do. What kinds of things do we need to consider when we want to make a change? Well, for starters, you need to consider what kind of structure is your data going to have if we change it to a relational database. We also need to consider what users will have access to it. We want to know what kind of reporting and analytics we want to derive from it, as well as to be able to integrate it with what you've already got. Furthermore, even though it does have a smaller learning curve than object-oriented databases, there will still need to be some training and support if you make the change. To implement it, one of the first things that we would do is review your existing spreadsheets, define what kind of relationships would need to be made, create the tables from there, transfer your data, and then of course, clean it up and refine it. In conclusion, I believe that the benefits of a relational database match your company needs the best. This is because it's going to be able to increase that organization, help you with those new product lines, while still being really easy to use and be able to derive those performance analytics that you were looking for. It's not too complicated, and it's something that's widely available on the market, so it'll be easy to implement. Thank you so much, and if you have any questions, please let me know.